Listen, people, it's only 4 days away from the opening night of Birds of Prey, and their press tour is a going, and all those talking points, well, they're hitting them. Girl power, all female cast, male misogyny, all that other stuff. When will you people learn? If you like talking sci fi and fantasy, please subscribe. Don't make me beg. Welcome to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott, and I found an article on Bounding into Comics. Okay, they have an article about the Birds of Prey movie coming out. I guess they're on their press tour, and they made a stop at GMA this morning with Michael Strahan. And Michael might have gotten a couple facts a little bit wrong. So let's take a look at this article and see what it's all about. Okay, so this article is written by the great John F Trent. And it says, "Good morning, Americas. Michael Strahan declares Birds of Prey, in quotes, the first all-female superhero movie." Yeah. So let's get into it. Good Morning America host and former NFL star Michael Strahan declares Birds of Prey the first all-female superhero movie. In a segment promoting the upcoming film featuring Margot Robbie, Journey Smollett, Ella J. Bosco, and Rose Perez, a Mookie. So much girl power in this film. But in everything about this movie, this is the first all-female superhero movie produced, directed, and written by women, which is amazing. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's kind of news to me, but we will see what the rest of the article says because I did not read it yet because I do not prepare. It's a complete fabrication and also appears to be studio talking points as Strahan forgets the film is based off of DC comic characters saying, Margaret. Obviously, there are so many characters in the Marvel universe, in this universe, so we get a sequel, and Journey Smollett has to interrupt him to inform him, DC, Michael. Strahan tries to play it off, responding, DC, I know, DC. Look, if you haven't figured this out yet, no matter what network it is, okay, and mostly ABC, they are told what to do, they do what they're told to do, and they report whatever they need to know. Do you really think he's seen these movies? He probably doesn't care. I mean, he does have young teenage daughters, so I would think maybe they would like to see it, but he doesn't do any of his own research on this stuff. He just reads what they tell him to read. Probably 5 minutes before the show starts, he gets a couple talking points. All right, let's check it out. First off, the film has a number of male characters. Ewan McGregor is playing Romeo. I always say this name wrong. Sinus, whatever. AKA Black Mask. And Chris Messina is playing Victor Zaza. They even promote the characters with their own posters. Let's take a look at these posters. All right, so we got Victor looking crazy. The film also has a number of men who not only produced the film, but also were involved in production. Wait a minute. This was a diverse group of people making a movie? That's unheard of. Men and women working together? Wow. IMDb reports that David Ayer, Walter Hamada, oh my God, why do I have to do names? Geoff Johns, Hans Ritter, and Galen Vazman are all executive producers on the film. Donald Spark has a co-producer credit, while Brian Unkelis is also credited as a producer alongside Margot Robbie and Sue Kroll. I mean, I don't even know where Michael got his information. It's pretty obvious that they had men working on this film. I'm kind of confused by this one. But anyway, the film is directed by Kathy Yan and was written by Christina Hodson. However, the music is done by Daniel Pemberton. Matthew Biscuit, I don't know, is credited as the director of photography. The film was edited by Jay Cassidy and Evan Schiff. There are plenty of men involved in the production of this film. There have also been plenty of superhero movies featuring female characters as the lead. Most recently, Warner Brothers and DC Films put out Wonder Woman in 2017, which was by far one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Gal Gadot. Marvel Studios released Captain America last year. Okay, that's on the other end of my spectrum. Back in 1984, we had Supergirl starring Helen Slater, great one. Elektra starring Jennifer Garner, not as great, was released in 2005. Tank Girl, directed by Rachel Talalaya and starring Lori Petty, was released in 1995. And let's not forget Halle Berry's Catwoman, which was based off a story by Theresa Rebeck. I'm sorry, too many freaking names. But yeah, even though that's one movie she probably wants to forget, there have been a lot of female movies led by female actors. And this whole push now to forget that Elektra had her own movie years ago and saying Captain Marvel is the first Marvel female lead, it's ridiculous. This is just more proof that DC Films does not have confidence in Birds of Prey, as its release date is now a week away. First, they have Ewan McGregor repeating the same lines about everyday misogyny to anyone who puts a microphone in his mouth. And now we have a Good Morning America declaring the film the first all-female superhero film, despite the main villain of the film being a male. And the main protagonist, Harley Quinn, is a lunatic psychopath villain and nowhere near being an actual superhero. Very good point, John F. Trent. Granted, Ewan McGregor he has been on that misogyny rip lately. Check any interview about Birds of Prey with him. He has doubled down, tripled down. And it is true. Is she really a superhero? She has no powers. All she is like a psychotic criminal. So I wouldn't even I think Black Canary might be the only one in this movie that actually has a power. So to call it a superhero movie, yes, it's in that world, but I would probably call it a comic book movie. Maybe we have to learn to, divide the two. Comic book movies and superhero movies. Oh, there's Roman. Black Mask. He looks beautiful. Stunning and brave. Birds of Prey hits theaters on February 7th. The latest box office projection sees it making $49 million in its opening weekend at the domestic box office and going on to earn $135 million in its entire run at the box office. That is pathetic. What do you make of Strahan's the first female? All right, so I think they really realize that, or maybe they don't realize, but in this climate we have right now, these attack on the male fandom is not going to get you people in the seats. Okay. First of all, most superhero movies are guys going. And if a woman is going, she's going with a guy, friend, boyfriend, brother, father, whoever. There are women who love these films. We have them in our fandom. They're fantastic. But I would say the fandom is majority men. And to attack your demographic that I guess you don't want is definitely a good way to lose money. So I don't know why they keep going after this. I think after Ghostbusters, they thought maybe that was just a fluke. The woke culture woke up after 2016 and got huge, SJW stuff going on. So they tried twice since. You had Terminator, Dark Fate, Bomb. Also had Charlie's Angels, whatever that one was, with vampire sparkly girl and Elizabeth Banks telling, this movie wasn't made for men in like February. But then as the release date came closer, a week away, she said, if men don't go see this, it's their fault the movie doesn't make money. I mean, make up your mind, people. Why do you hate us so? Aren't we supposed to be together? Aren't we supposed to be bonding? Like, instead of trying to put labels on people. See, let me drop a little knowledge on you. I'm only in my early mid-40s. I'm kind of mid-40s now. But I learned in school when the Civil Rights Act was going, or fight was going, and people like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and Malcolm X and all these people fighting for the right of Black citizens in America to be considered equal to any other race in America. They did not want the label. What they wanted was equality. Fast forward 30 years, 20 years into the early 90s. There was a very strong push for being open about your sexuality. I remember I went to an all boys school, and I remember one or two guys coming out and how tough that must have been for them. But they did it so that future kids, it might be easier for them. And it has become easier. But again, they didn't want to be labeled the gay guy. They wanted to be labeled a human being, an American citizen. For some reason, in the last 4 years, people have decided that labels are the most important thing. And if you do not agree with that label, you are an ist or an ism. I don't agree. Okay. I always believed live your life the way you want to live it. And if you're not hurting anyone, I'm cool with that. But do not force your political views, your moral views on me. I will live my life as an American as free as the law allows me and the Constitution backs me up. How about you? So tell me below, what do you think about this movie? Is it going to break the $150 or 150 million mark? Will people support it because of the other flops? Maybe the SJWs, unite or something. I'd really like to know what you think. I know on my last Birds of Prey, everyone pretty much said no, they're not going to go see it. But do you think it will make money? All right. Please come back. Check out. I'm trying to do videos at least every other day. And we have the fourth wave on Wednesday and Saturday nights. Saturday nights will always be on the great author Stephen Walton's channel. And we will rotate on Wednesday nights between the other fourth waivers. We will be having guests and interviews coming up soon. So please stick by and support your content creators by hitting the like button, sharing, and mostly subbing for me. And just remember, if they're calling you names, they've already lost the war. Have a great day, everybody.